I had just finished making dinner for everyone in the family, except the wives. That's okay. I felt happy inside. I looked at my husband and father-in-law. They both agreed with me. Finally, I could say it. It's okay. I'll eat what I made. But then, I remembered something in my bag. I found it, a letter addressed to Mother. My name is Molly. I married Kevin when I was 25, and 3 years later, we had our son. We had a happy life together. After our child was born, I went back to work, and we worked hard to raise our child. The biggest challenge in my life has been my mother-in-law. She's what you might call a control freak. Kevin always tries to please her, but when we first got married, it was tough. Kevin is the second of 3 siblings, and he's the only one who's married. The other 2 are still single. My mother-in-law always wants to be the center of attention in the family. She calls herself the Madonna of the family. It's all men here, and you know how difficult they can be. So I'm the Madonna of this family. Well, she really believes it. And then I entered the picture as the only daughter-in-law. My father-in-law and Kevin's siblings liked me, but I felt like I was seen as a rival in a way. I can't believe Kevin is getting married, my mother-in-law would say. Remember our family meals, she'd tell Kevin. What are you saying? Kevin would reply, it's true, Kevin. Even after you're married, you shouldn't forget the taste of our family's cooking. You should come over for meals. No, Molly cooks well, and we both work. We'll manage our own household. No, she'll make you do all the chores. That's not true. We decide what's best for us. Mom, I don't want to hear that from you. My husband is straightforward when he speaks, which I appreciate. He always supports me completely, but he sometimes misses subtle things and doesn't notice the situation as well. My mother-in-law tries to do things that are hard to notice. For instance, when we visit my in-laws, she prepares meals. It seems normal at first glance, but she never lets me help in the kitchen. Even when I offer, she insists I stay out. The food on the table all looks the same, and I'm not allowed to see what's inside. Once, I had a soup with lots of small fish bones in it. I didn't realize until I had a big gulp, and it made me feel sick. Another time, there was a steak with very bitter garlic mixed in, which was really unpleasant. Molly, are you okay? I think my stomach hurts. What's wrong? Oh, you don't like my food, do you? She's not feeling well. Please stop. Maybe she's just pretending to be sick. I don't think so. Hey, stop. Don't say that to someone who's not feeling well. Could it really be? Okay, everyone's taking her side. That's not what we meant. I made dinner for everyone. What's the issue? Don't worry, I'll finish it all. No, you startled me. What's wrong? Why are you yelling? It's just, I can't let you eat something that's cold. Don't worry about it. I said stop, but my mother-in-law didn't listen. She picked up the plate of meat and potatoes in front of me. What the heck? Oh, my husband threw away the food. Is this vinegar? It tastes completely different from what This has happened before. What? I once got served a soup full of tiny fish bones. Mom, what's happening? I didn't do anything wrong. You must have misunderstood. Of course not. This meat and potatoes taste awful. Here, try some. When my husband offered the food to my father-in-law, my mother-in-law took it from him. If it's that bad, you don't have to eat it. No, that's not what I meant. I'm asking why Molly's cooking is so bad. I have no idea. I think she did something. Enough is enough. It's unbelievable. You never let Molly in the kitchen, and seeing you take the plate like that makes me think something's up. Yeah, I think so too. Fine, I'm done. I'm never cooking another meal again. In the end, my mother-in-law neither admitted nor apologized for the situation, and my husband saw this as a reason to stop visiting his family. With that, we had to. The rest of the day was calm, until I saw something unbelievable with my mother-in-law. One day, I was on a business trip out of town. On my way back to the hotel after a meeting, I spotted my mother-in-law walking hand in hand with a young man in his 20s. What? No way. I was shocked. I'm certain I don't know that guy, so I decided to follow them. They went into a cafe and sat together at a window seat, not facing each other but sitting side by side. Without hesitation, I started recording. Then they leaned closer to each other. Whoa, I can't watch this. After about half an hour, they left the cafe and went into a hotel. The next day, I returned home, waited for the kids to go to bed, and then confronted my husband. Hey, you know what? You wouldn't want to see your parents doing something shameful to you. I was considering whether to tell my husband based on his reaction. If he didn't want to know, I planned to delete the videos and pictures I had taken. I don't really care. You're okay with seeing something shameful involving your own parents? Then I'll take note of that. I understand. Is there something wrong with your parents? But it was your parents. Oh my God, was it my mom? Yeah, I think so. What did she do? Nothing to me. I explained everything that happened yesterday to my husband. Seriously. I have videos and pictures. Let me see. I handed him my phone. Oh my God, that's awful. I can't believe I'm seeing my mom doing that. What does she think she's doing? He didn't seem shocked at all. Aren't you shocked? No, not at all. I mean, it's not the first time this has happened. What? When did it happen before? She used to cheat on Dad because of her frequent travel. She claimed that, but my brother was still in middle school. Dad forgave her, and they worked on their relationship. Oh, I see. Well, I guess this time they won't be able to rebuild it. I had an agency investigate. Can I use our money for it? Of course, it's worth it. Thank you. I'll keep you updated. It took a month to find an agency and get the results. My husband was shocked when he saw the report. Let's show the report to Mom. What? Is that necessary? Why not just give it to Dad and let him decide? That won't make us feel better, Molly. Mom wronged you, didn't she? Let's make sure she faces consequences. That's the only way I'll feel better. I should do something for my dear wife, shouldn't I? Oh, Kevin. To be honest, I wanted to see my mother-in-law lose her composure in front of me. I wanted to make her face the consequences of everything she's done to me. Well done, Kevin. I'll talk to my dad about this before we bring it up. I don't want to blindside him with the truth. Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. So we left our son at my parents' house for the weekend and went to my husband's parents' place. When we arrived, my mother-in-law criticized me as usual, but I wasn't bothered because I knew today would mark the end of her actions against me. We planned to confront her with the evidence during dinner, but my mother-in-law unexpectedly launched an attack right from the start. My husband, my father-in-law, and I were all a bit stunned. Let's begin dinner, my mother-in-law said, smiling. But all three of us, including me, were at a loss for words. World's tiniest meal. She doesn't like my cooking, so she won't eat. I just finished making dinner for everyone in the family, except the wives. Okay, fine. I feel relieved. I look at my husband and father-in-law. They both agree with me. All right, it's time to bring it out. It's okay. I'll eat what I made. Wait a minute. I rummaged through my bag. Here it is, Mom. I found this. In my hand is an envelope. Oh, I can't eat this. Oh yes, this was a gift for Mom. I completely forgot. I handed the envelope to my mother-in-law. Oh, you can be clever sometimes. Despite the sarcastic comment, my mother-in-law accepted it happily. And as soon as she saw what was inside the envelope, her hands stopped, and then her whole body started shaking. What's wrong? It's nothing. Are you sure? What did she give you? Just something ordinary. Come on, let's have a look. My mother-in-law tried to use her chopsticks to pick up rice, but she was shaking so much that the rice spilled out of the bowl. Mom mentioned. My husband took the envelope from my mother-in-law. Give it back to me. She looked desperate. My husband took out the contents of the envelope. What's this? It looks like an older woman arranging a date with a younger man. You should check the other side and the back too. That's interesting. On the back, there were photos of my mother-in-law with several young men. Initially, I thought she was having an affair with just one of them, but the agency found out she had relationships with multiple young men. You never learned, you? I can't believe my hard work ended up like this. I think you know what comes next. I'm filing for divorce. Wait a minute. This isn't cheating. It's just for fun. I won't let you waste our money on something like this. It's disgraceful. And these guys are even younger than us. Oh my God. By the way, everyone knows about this now, including Dan and Jason. We're cutting you off. I'm cutting you off too. Don't worry, just accept it. I know you can't afford to pay me alimony. In return, promise to stay away from us. Wait a minute. This wasn't just a casual date. I was just exploring different experiences, right, Molly? You've gone out to eat with other men before. No, that's not true at all. I don't spend money on men who aren't my family. It's a waste. I would have spent it on Kevin or little John. Don't do this to me. You're also a woman, don't you? Yeah, I am, but what's your point? I'm saying it's not enough to just be a wife or a mother, is it? That's awful. Then why don't you stay single? You. I bet you'll cheat again someday. Don't insult Molly. She's nothing like you, and we all know it. Well, this is a good opportunity for me to tell you something. I've been planning to divorce you when I retire. It seems like the right time. Huh. I forgave you when I found out about your affair a long time ago. You didn't learn from it and kept doing the same thing. I knew it. Actually, on the days you were out, dinner would be frozen food. Did you really think I wouldn't notice? It's all your fault. When you weren't with me, that's what you did. You blame everyone else. It's a miracle our sons turned out to be good people with a mother like you. Yeah, that's because the three of us saw you as a negative example. I think you're the reason Dan and Jason are still single. If you have a spouse like this, your life is seriously messed up. Hey, oh sorry, my mistake. That person used to be my spouse. This is a good beginning. Now get out of my house. You're not getting any of my retirement savings. Wait a minute. I'm entitled to half of it. And because of alimony, I can claim it from 3 years ago when you were cheating on me. It's going to be a lot of money. My mother-in-law paused, thought about it, and then turned and. Where is she going? She must have gone back to her parents' house. After that, my mother-in-law never returned, and they divorced. She was left with nothing. She moved back in with her parents, but now that the money's gone, she seemed disconnected from the younger crowd and stayed home for a while. My husband's grandparents, instead of taking her back in, had her start working full-time. Now she works at a supermarket near her parents' place. My father-in-law is a very forgiving man. My mother-in-law made a big mistake betraying him. With her gone, our family is finally in harmony. My brothers-in-law, Dan and Jason, who rarely visited before, are now around often. Lately, they've been talking about getting married. I'm happy for them. Everyone is smiling. I'm pregnant with my second child now, and will continue putting my family first. Dealing with a mother-in-law like that was tough. It's sad how people who cheat often lose their way. I hope my father-in-law can enjoy his later years in peace now. Thank you for watching until the end. Please subscribe to our channel if you enjoyed it. See you in the next video.